Thanks for making KRTV part of your Monday. Our top story, an announcement from the Vatican, sends shockwaves across the globe today.
Pope Benedict XVI will step down at the end of the month, becoming the first pope to resign in 600 years.
We spoke with a local diocese to hear their reaction to this historic announcement.
I think you probably saw firsthand the stresses and strains of trying to be pope and being very, very sick at the same time. And I think he probably wanted to be able to maybe even set a precedent for future popes to be able to resign from a job. And I don't see it as letting God down, so to speak.
Pope Benedict stated that he, quote, had examined his conscience before God and had concluded that he was not physically fit to carry out his duties. Cardinals are expected to begin gathering in conclave around the beginning of March to find his replacement.
It's a historic time for the Church. And I think that as we move through this process, we'll all be learning things new and fresh, and I think paying close attention to what's going on, because it may be setting a precedent.
The Pope has held his position for almost 8 years.
The Dana Ranch, located south of Cascade, has sold to Texas cattle rancher David Killam.
It's widely considered to be one of the finest operating ranches in the Rocky Mountain West. The ranch boasts 60,000 acres and is renowned for its wildlife and fishery resources. Killam paid a cool $45 million for the property. He's the CEO of Killam Companies. They own other ranches in the Midwest and specialize in real estate and oil and gas development. He reportedly plans to keep the property in his family for generations to come. The ranch was assembled starting in 1913 and has been owned by just 2 families since then.
The Montana Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association has come up with a unified stance in regards to gun legislation. The sheriffs have endorsed a letter upholding citizens' constitutional rights to bear arms. It states they don't believe it's the fault of the weapon, but often the mentally disturbed individual who wields it.
These tragedies that have taken place in the United States are not committed by legal gun owners. They're committed by folks that have very serious issues mentally, and I feel that if we address those mental issues, we can diminish the amount of these events that take place in the United States.
The letter also states that the MSPOA will not waver in our defense of the Constitution and will stand to preserve our constituents' right to possess firearms and the protections ensured by the other 9 amendments contained in the Bill of Rights. You can find a full copy of that letter at krtv.com.
A Missoula lawmaker says he wants terminally ill patients to have the opportunity to die with dignity and without suffering. During a hearing today, supporters of the bill told emotional stories about loved ones who suffered in their last days and wanted alternatives. This bill would establish a medical protocol for terminally ill patients who wish to die. It responds to a Supreme Court decision which states there is nothing in Montana law prohibiting or allowing physician-assisted suicide. The bill states the patient must be acting on their own behalf and must be fully informed of their decision.
In my career, there has been a handful of patients that I have sat with that their suffering could not be alleviated by any means that we had at our disposal. And those people, when you sit with them and they just beg for some kind of relief from their suffering, those people still haunt me today.
Opponents of the bill say family members could use this legislation to take advantage of their dying relatives. They also say doctors are not always accurate when diagnosing, so it could potentially lead to patients ending their lives when they are not terminally ill. Some testified their religious beliefs prevent them from considering this law ethical.
Murder is also an attack on the supremacy and the authority of God. And if murder by another person is an attack on that human dignity, an attack on the image of God, then murder of oneself is a similar attack.
A similar bill was introduced last session. It did not make it past committee.
Montana's largest health insurer is asking for permission to be acquired by the nation's 4th largest health insurance company. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Montana is seeking approval of a transaction where Healthcare Service Corporation will acquire the insurance and administrative services of the nonprofit company. The two formed an alliance last year. They hope to wrap up their business by this July. Tomorrow's hearing in Helena will require everyone giving public testimony to be cross-examined.
We needed more time, and by we, our office, to evaluate the transaction, Lindsay. So the next hearing will be March 12th, where there will be another opportunity to have public comment And that'll also be the hearing where we are presenting our cases.
Blue Cross Blue Shield of Montana said the merger will keep them competitive in the market. They currently serve 270,000 members in Montana.
A Great Falls firefighter is honored in Helena for his life-saving efforts here in the Electric City. Colton Walter won the Stars of Life Award for saving a 2-year-old child who had a blocked airway. Colton was one of 3 recipients of the award. The other 2 are from Dillon and Whitehall. Walter says he is honored to win the award, but he's not the only one who deserves recognition.
It's an honor. I mean, I appreciate being recognized. In the EMS profession, we do a lot of day-to-day things that go unrecognized, and I work with a ton of professionals on the fire department and the ambulance. It's nice that they recognize our efforts.
The Montana EMS Association holds this event every 2 years to recognize the men and women who show exemplary service in emergency situations.
Earlier this afternoon, a bogus emergency alert aired on KRTV during The Katie Show.
And we want our viewers to know that message did not come from our station. It appears to be the result of a hacker.
Our engineers are looking into the origin of the alert to make sure a similar occurrence does not happen again.
All right, well, it's always nice to brighten up Mondays with sunshine, but clouds return tonight.
And Mike is tracking them in the Storm Tracker Weather Center.
That's right. We saw a lot of sunshine today. It was gorgeous out there, a little on the chilly side, but clouds are now starting to increase here to our north and west, and they'll be rolling in here during the overnight hours. So when you wake up tomorrow, we ended today with sunshine. Tomorrow we wake up to a lot of clouds around the area. It's 35 right now in the Electric City, 20s up on the High Line along Highway 2. Lewistown also at 29 degrees, Cutbank at 35. Temperatures tonight will be chilly, not as cold as we were this morning, but we will still get down into the teens and 20s, 27 here in Great Falls. The clouds will be acting as a blanket, helping to trap in some of the heat overnight, keeping us a bit warmer than we were this morning, but also we'll see gusty winds overnight, helping to keep those temperatures up. We'll look ahead to a warmer Tuesday and the next chance of snow in Storm Tracker weather.
All right.